Well, hello everyone. This video is really asking you guys for some views and opinions. What I've been thinking about is a storage solution for these guys, these Dspaie paintbrush handles with the interchangeable heads. There's my spring on. There it is. Many of you embraced this idea of being able to change the heads on these whenever you need to, when a head wears out. The locking mechanism, the fact that it has a nice cap to keep your brush head nice and clean, and of course the handles. This diamond shape makes these extremely ergonomic. Since I moved to these brushes, I don't think I've really gone back to a standard paintbrush like these guys. I used to be a bit of a Winsor & Newton Series 7 fan for a long time. Still reach for these occasionally, but frankly, in the hand, because of the ergonomics, these guys are great. Now, storage-wise, what I've been doing is literally just dropping these into a Dspaie component on the back of my bench. Which isn't ideal, really. It's not a very elegant solution. I always try and find something that's a little bit more user friendly, I guess. They're okay, but they sort of rattle around in the component, and they're not ideal. So I was thinking about, well, if that's the case, then could I make something that was more dedicated, dedicated storage for these handles? So well, the ideal is, I guess, something for the Dspaie system. So I went back to the guy that actually designed the Dspaie system, Yoshu, and I said, well, you've probably seen these handles already. Is there something that you could design that gives me a more elegant and practical solution for storing these things when I'm not using them? So I took the view that I would have one handle for all of the range of different heads, the broad and the fine. Put the individual stickers on the top, and then just have these on the back of my bench, so I can just literally just reach for the size that I want. And it's been fantastic workflow, no interruptions. Haven't got to try and find a brush in my very large collection, which is just off camera. There must be 50 over there as I'm looking at them. Much more efficient when I'm trying to paint anything, really, frankly. So he went away and had a think about what a storage solution dedicated to these things would actually look like, and that's what I want to show you today. So what he's come back with is two designs. He's come back with a sort of standalone design, and one that obviously links to the Dspaie system. As you can see, it's got the Dspaie connecting feet on the bottom of this guy. So if you did have the workstation, for instance, or just the storage components, this could just literally snap onto your existing bench. Nothing to stop you just using this guy on its own. If you come back to me and think this would be very useful, what I would do is get some edges also printed. So if you did think this would be better, but as a standalone, then I would obviously finish this off so it's a nice edge, or don't get these printed without the Dspaie connection, or both. That's the whole idea of this video. Is I want some feedback from you guys. So, in practical use, this is how the guy looks. Let me get a few brushes. Let me load this. Let me load this up with all of the actual components. So that's how the brushes sort of sit in situ. He's put some storage at the back for these test tubey things. You can't get them all in, but you can certainly get a few in the back to store. Because I know many of you haven't gone for the entire range. You've either gone broad or fine, or a little bit of a mixture. So I don't think any of you have gone for the entire range. I think maybe one or two you have, but most of you have gone for maybe four or five brush handles to suit your particular application. That's the sort of, I guess, the Dspaie version. Now, of course, if you don't want to go down that route, you don't have any of the Dspaie components at all, and you really don't like that design, that form factor, this guy could be the alternative. I was really quite surprised when I saw the design of this. Really like the way it looks. It's a great piece of design. Rubber feet on the bottom so it doesn't move around. And this guy, let me just load up a few in here. Again, plenty of space for your brushes. Very large storage in the back as well, and of course there's space for for the spare heads. He's also put this large curved space as well, which you could use for frankly anything else. If you did want to store some standard brushes, if they've got thick enough handles, they will fit in. Smaller ones, not so much. So they kind of, they will, but you need to put quite a few in. So it's really, if you got thicker handles like that, they will store that. If you have maybe specific brushes that you want to put with this, and have a collection, that could be your figure painting collection, or if you have a specific set of brushes for weathering, that could be your weathering set. You could have several of these potentially. But what I want is some feedback from you guys, whether you feel it's either or both of these two design possibilities for storing the Dspaie interchangeable head paintbrushes. So what I'd like you to do is comment, if you could, at at the bottom of this video. Let me know what you think. If you think this is useful, either or. If you feel that Dspaie would be better, but it doesn't need to have the connections. But I could probably do both, because obviously I want to cover the bases with people that do have the Dspaie components, like I do. I'll be putting this one, for instance, like that, on the back of my bench. When I'm rearranging my Dspaie components, I'll be basically taking it all to bits and reassembling it, which is the whole idea. You make it's modular, so you change it to your particular needs, and that's exactly what I'm doing when I'm adding a new component. So that's the current thinking with this storage system for the Dspaie brushes. If you do come back to me with your thoughts about if you feel this would be very useful before I think about production. So, and until the next time, keep on modelling.